Chapter 2. Bored silly. Maxi's alarm went off at 6 a.m. and he leapt out of his bed. His dad had agreed to drop him and Bones off at Grandpa Bill's place, right across the road from Bondi Beach. He was arriving extra early so that his grandpa could show him around Buckler Club before all the other juniors turned up. The juniors program helped kids get better at swimming and surf skills, as well as teaching them about water safety. Felix and Rachel had been doing juniors for years and always talked about how fun it was. As long as they don't make me go out in the open water, Maxi thought. Maxi's dad didn't talk on the drive. Maxi wondered if he'd be disappointed forever. When they pulled up at Grandpa Bill's flat, Maxi's dad turned off the engine and turned to Maxi. "Are you sure you don't want to give Starling one more shot?" "I'm sure," said Maxi quickly, grabbed the end of Bones' lead. "See you later, Dad," he said as he bolted from the old station wagon. Maxi rang the doorbell. A moment later, he heard his grandpa called out, "Whatever you're selling, I can't afford it." Maxi chuckled. The door burst open. Maxi's grandpa stood there, his strong, wiry arms out wide. "Maxi!" he shouted in Maxi's ear as he wrapped him up in a rib-crushing hug. "I'm rapt you've signed up for the juniors," Grandpa Bill continued, giving Bones a playful pat. "Sorry, Bones. Dogs can't join Buckler, although we do allow cats. Let's go." The white and blue paint... The Buckler Club building had been built on Buckler Point over 50 years ago. The white and blue paint was peeling from its walls, revealing a number of large cracks in the bricks underneath. From the outside, Maxi could see sun-bleached curtains with old-fashioned patterns blowing in the breeze. Even though the building was old, it had a warm, welcoming feel, and the big front doors made it look like it was smiling. In a way, it reminded Maxi of Grandpa Bill, a bit rough around the edges, but with a heart of gold. "What do you think?" asked Grandpa Bill. "Awesome," replied Maxi. "Well, I'm glad you think so," said Grandpa Bill with a hint of anger. "Course I do, why wouldn't I?" Maxi's grandpa scowled. "We're losing members every week. They're all rushing off to join that ugly pile of junk over there." Grandpa Bill pointed at the modern-looking building with angled dark glass walls at the end of Bondi Beach. "The Bayview Club," said Maxi. "Yes, the Bayview Club," thundered his grandpa. "Their safety record isn't a patch on ours, and don't even try to order a normal coffee in their fancy little cafe on the ground floor." Grandpa Bill did an impersonation of Bayview member ordering a coffee. "Ooh, I'd have a triple shot venti, no foam latte with a little gingerbread man on the side." Maxi snorted. "Back in my day, the only options for coffee were milk and sugar." Maxi took in a deep breath of fresh sea air and smiled. He absolutely loved Bondi Beach. Here's the illustration on this page of the Buckler Club. Pretty cool. So did Bones, whose tail started wagging. As soon as they hit the sand, Maxi looked over at the white round building that housed the lifeguards. He always thought it looked a bit like a flying saucer and tried to imagine what it looked like inside. His thoughts were interrupted by his grandpa. "You'll need to go inside the club and find Sergeant Jolly. He's the club's treasurer, and he'll set you up with a paddleboard. I'll wait here with Bones." Maxi strolled inside and followed the arrows until he spotted a door with the word treasurer on it. Through the door, he could hear a loud noise. It kind of sounds like a walrus in pain. He knocked gently and cautiously opened the office door. In front of him sat a large... opened the office door. In front of him sat a huge man resting his gigantic head on a messy desk. The name tag on the desk said Sergeant Warren Jolly. The sleeping man was snoring so loudly, Maxi was worried the building might collapse. Maxi grinned as he noticed a cream bun wedged between Sergeant Jolly's cheek and the surface of the desk. He could also see a huge tuft of hair growing out of the sergeant's one ear that was visible. "It's like he's wearing earmuffs," he thought. "Ahem," said Maxi. The police officer's head shot up at the table. "I wasn't asleep, sir. I was just resting my eyes." When Sergeant Jolly realised it was an 11-year-old boy and not his boss in front of him, he folded his arms and glared. "What do you want?" he growled. I'm Maxi," he said, extra clearly. Just in case Sergeant Jolly couldn't hear him through all the ear hair, I just joined Buckler and my grandpa said I should see you about getting a paddleboard. Sergeant Jolly rolled his eyes as if Maxi had asked him to pick all the rubbish on Bondi Beach with a toothpick. With a great sigh, he took a key from the top drawer of his desk and walked over to the storeroom next door to his office. Maxi followed him and watched as he grabbed the board that was laying on the floor. This is the last paddleboard the club owns. So if you lose it, that's it. You won't be getting another one, he said as he handed it over. Okay, thanks, said Maxi. The board was wider than a surfboard and Maxi wasn't sure how to carry it. He picked it up and balanced it on his head, but as he slowly turned to leave, the board hit Sergeant Jolly in the chest. Oi, that's assault. Sergeant Jolly tried to look stern, but the cream bun stuck to his face, picked his precise moment to slide off and land on the floor. Maxi bolted, trying not to laugh. That's Sergeant Jolly there. Doesn't look too appealing. Look at the ear hair. Chapter 3.